93 Boxing, back with a quick video. Canelo Alvarez says that in the rematch with Floyd Mayweather, it'll be very different. I don't want to feel like quoting the whole thing. You can just Google this. It's on Google, you know. But he basically says that it's like a thorn on his side. The Floyd Mayweather loss, that is, because I believe he was asked about the Floyd Mayweather fight, like would he rematch Floyd Mayweather if he could, and he says, yeah, why not? Canelo Alvarez versus Floyd Mayweather, or Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo Alvarez, rather. It was, I feel like, one of the best Floyd Mayweather performances on the later half of his career. And actually one of the best Floyd Mayweather performances, full stop. I feel like that performance was a better performance even than Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather. Because he beat Pacquiao convincingly, yeah, very convincingly. I feel like the Pacquiao fight was... it was more competitive than the Canelo fight. Stylistically, it would be, but I feel like Floyd Mayweather did way better in the Canelo fight. And Pacquiao, he basically took no discredit to him for this. He took no chances, like little amount of chances. Credit to him, that's smart. Why take chances when you don't have to? But against Canelo, Floyd Mayweather was able to show he was backing Canelo up. Like, the thought of Floyd Mayweather backing up a 154 fighter, a small 147 fighter backing up a 154 fighter, toying with him. That was a really embarrassing fight for Canelo. In some ways, the performance was embarrassing, but the fight itself, it was against Floyd Mayweather, so that made it not embarrassing. And I didn't make no videos at the time, but I felt like Canelo would win. I felt like it would be a little bit more competitive than what it was. It ended up, in my opinion, Canelo won two to three rounds, which to some people's opinion is not right. A lot of people had Canelo winning losing every single round, and I didn't have it like that. I had 2 to 3 rounds, but I didn't watch it too many times. I watched it a couple times because it was late, and the Danny Garcia Lucas Matisse fight happened right before that. That was the fight that I really wanted to watch. But yeah, Floyd and Canelo happened, and I give credit to Floyd, but I'm honest, and I'm not no Pactard, so keep that in mind. I think Floyd Mayweather is one of the best fighters of our. He's the best fighter of our generation, for sure. I feel like Floyd Mayweather, it was fair. A lot of people, is it fair or not? It's debatable. It's kind of, the fact that I said it was fair is kind of subjective. What I'm talking about is, here's the thing, right? We compare Floyd Mayweather's wins against certain fighters with Manny Pacquiao's wins against those same fighters. Floyd Mayweather versus Ricky Hatton versus Manny Pacquiao versus Ricky Hatton. Floyd Mayweather versus, I don't know, Shane Mosley against Miguel Cotto, against De La Hoya versus Manny Pacquiao versus these same fighters, right? And a lot of times we can say, right, for example, Floyd versus Cotto and Pacquiao versus Cotto. We can safely say that Floyd fought a better version of Miguel Cotto, and Manny Pacquiao fought a more drained version, way drained. We can say some similar things about De La Hoya, like De La Hoya was past his prime. And I also think, I could be wrong, but De La Hoya was also drained. Floyd fought De La Hoya, I can't remember, it was a while ago, man, I can't remember shit. Floyd fought De La Hoya at 147, 154, I can't remember. But he fought De La Hoya what De La Hoya preferred to be in. So, we made those comparisons, right? At least the hardcore boxing fans who were not biased, who were not Pactards, knew that Floyd Mayweather a lot of times fought the better opposition, better version of the same oppositions. And I feel like if you apply the same logic, right? Although Pacquiao didn't fight Canelo, or no one fought Canelo like that, Floyd fought Canelo that was drained. And I don't expect Floyd to fight Canelo at 154 for real, because Floyd Mayweather is not a big 147 fighter, let alone a 154. So, and Canelo was, I feel like he was severely drained, but he did it because Floyd is the A side. I feel like Canelo was also a 22-year-old, I believe, 22-year-old, which is young, man. That's really young. I don't know if people realize that Canelo was a really young guy. Like I'm 23 years old. For someone to think that I'll be facing the best fighter of our generation, or even like someone younger than me facing the best fighter of our generation, that's insane. That's super insane. And I feel like Canelo has improved a lot significantly. Now, was Canelo versus Floyd a fair fight? Because some people can say, oh, he was trained. I feel like it was kind of fair because Floyd is a smaller guy. You don't expect Floyd to go up to 154, do you? Yeah, and Floyd was a lot older. Canelo was younger. But that's again, Canelo could be too young then, right? Some people can argue that. You see what I'm trying to say? I hope I'm clear with this. Someone can argue that it was that was not the best version of Canelo, because after all, we all made a statement that Miguel Cotto was better against Floyd than against Pacquiao because he was trained against Pacquiao and so and so. So I think it's a fair comparison, and it's subjective. It would be unfair for Floyd. You could say it'd be unfair for Floyd to fight Canelo right now because Floyd's the A side. Floyd's a very small welterweight, and right now Floyd's old, man. He's really old. He should not be taking a fight with Canelo Alvarez. I feel like Canelo's improved so much. But if it were to happen again, a rematch, I mean, at what weight? It'd probably be at 152, maybe 153 or 154. At most 154. Floyd's not going to go into no 160 or 155, man. That's for sure. I feel like if it happens at 154, look, Floyd is not as good as he was when he faced Canelo. Canelo is a lot better, and I feel like the amount of improvements that he had in his career is underrated. I feel like Canelo's a lot better and Floyd's a lot worse. Floyd might not end up winning that fight in a rematch. That's just my honest opinion. He might not end up winning that fight simply because he's not going to be, like, he's old, man. Straight up old. I don't think he can beat Canelo, man, in a rematch. I mean, at the same time, I changed my mind on that. It's still every time I think about it, but Floyd can still win. I just feel like Canelo, that performance against Floyd Mayweather, it's like, it kind of haunts Canelo a little bit, that's the loss that he had against Floyd, but people don't realize how young he was. Canelo Alvarez was kind of so young that he wasn't smart in the fight. He was trying to outbox Floyd, and it's like, you would never be able to do that. I feel like in the rematch, the fight would definitely, actually not definitely, but fight could possibly go a different way. I think it'd be a lot more competitive. It's whatever, man. It's whatever. It's kind of unfair though, because Floyd Mayweather's not a big guy. He started at 130, I believe. Yeah, so he's not a big guy. Do you think Floyd can beat Canelo in a rematch? Do you think Canelo can beat Floyd in a rematch? Because just imagine, right? Canelo's right now bigger, probably faster as well. Because his counter seems faster. It's stronger, sharper, better counters. The way he changes from head to body to head, subtle improvements, they all add up to make a whole more improved fighter, significantly more improved fighter. I feel like Canelo Alvarez is a lot more improved than what people think. And Floyd Mayweather might just not have the type of reflexes anymore, and Canelo will be better at connecting. He might just connect it. Like, you never know. Floyd, like, at the end of the day, it's only for so long you can be as good as you can. Like, seriously, I personally feel like Floyd Mayweather is the better fighter of our generation if they both hit their prime. And Canelo, in my opinion, hasn't hit his prime yet. He hasn't really hit his prime. I mean, he's close to it. But I feel like Canelo might, might just beat Floyd in the rematch. At the end of the day, how long is Floyd gonna fight before? Like, there's a point where you get old. Everyone gets old. Everyone's gonna get old, and I don't think Floyd Mayweather should take that fight unless Canelo beats Triple G so convincingly and he's able to draw such huge amount of fans to the point where it tempts Floyd, but I don't know, man. Floyd, it's not gonna break. Canelo Triple G is not gonna do so huge numbers that it brings Floyd and Canelo to do a pay per view fight, which will outdo Manny Pacquiao Mayweather. It won't. It won't outdo Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather fight. Or even if it does, that'd be quite cool. But even if it does, right, it's not gonna outdo Mayweather McGregor. Do you think? I don't think so. I mean, I don't know how much Floyd Mayweather McGregor is gonna do, but I reckon he's gonna do bigger than Pacquiao. And for Floyd Mayweather to fight Canelo after the McGregor fight, he has to be like, so okay, if I fight Canelo, it's a more of a risk than McGregor, and it's offering me less money than Mayweather. So you think, what the fuck? Canelo probably won't be taking a little small amount of money. He's the biggest attraction since Floyd Mayweather retired, and I guess Floyd is back, so you can say some other shit to that. But apart from him, Canelo's the biggest name in boxing. He's the cash cow in boxing. So Canelo will be getting some money as well, and I think he might get similar to McGregor even like. So is that a fight worth even taking? Given that you already beat Canelo, that fight's not happening. For sure, that's not happening. I'm pretty sure. Let me know what you think. 93 Boxing.